What is up, my frosty brethren? My name is Arctic, and welcome to a brand new episode of Destiny Tips and Tactics. We are covering week 4 of Trials of Osiris. Today I'm going to be covering the callouts, opening routes, some high-level strategy, and basically loadouts more specifically for Cauldron, which has been a very interesting map this week. So starting with callouts, instead of going overly complicated, we just went with color coding for this map. We have red, which is also Bravo spawn. You have outside red, and then you have red ammo. That's where the special is, kind of like that bridge. And then the main room, we just call that red itself. If you go down into where the heavy spawns inside, we call that room blue. So you have the heavy ammo at blue water, basically, or blue special ammo. And then from blue, you head into green, which is on alpha side. That is, some people also call that bones because there's a bunch of bones from the hive stuff. So you have outside green, green ammo, which is the special ammo, or green tunnel, which is the area underneath that location. Then you have middle bridge, which is out there in the middle. And then that main room, the side that's closest to alpha that I was talking about in my previous video, we call that altar. So, you know, altar is a pretty, I think, easy way to know that one. And then it's just based off of which door they're coming out of, however you guys want to word those. We don't have any specific things for the doors. So for opening routes, starting from alpha side, we have 2 flank. That means they run all the way around to red side, and one stays in altar area. That's typically me. I'm either sniping from the mid door or rushing. This kind of gets into radar rushing a little bit. We also play 2 altar on the door, and then 1 sniping from like the middle bridge door and looking down into red room itself. So those 2 are kind of opening the door while I'm sniping down the lane. And then we do kind of like a 1-1-1, 1 at bottom bridge, looking down to see if anyone's in spawn, 1 at altar, 1 at blue. And then from Bravo side, we go 2 red door, basically sitting on that door, 1 green door. And again, this gets into radar pushing simultaneously. Again, I'll explain that here in a second. We also do, from Bravo side, 1 sniper delayed in the spawn, kind of checking out middle area, that being the low side bridge or top bridge, and then pushing over from outside red into altar. And then most of the time when we're on those doors, we're kind of timing it and again getting into radar rushing, or confusing the enemy team with radar pushing. So kind of explaining the concept of rushing the radar. There's 2 ways that you can kind of do this, and you see a little bit of it with people kind of sitting on the doors. Basically, if you have 2 people in the same position on your radar, it's very confusing on how many people are exactly there. So you might have 1 guy on the enemy team that's kind of floating around, and I don't know how many people are actually doing this consciously, but you have 2 people in the same spot. 1 person is the bait. I explained this concept on Pantheon with the sniping. 1 person is bait, the other person is just sitting back, and maybe that person dies, and then the enemy team rushes through, and then you either have a shotgun waiting on the door or something else, and they don't know that there's actually 2 people there because of the radar being very confusing. So you can kind of get away with tricking some people into thinking there might be only 1 person in a specific location, and then you actually have 2. That's one way you kind of radar confuse folks. The other way is to simultaneously or slightly offset 2 different pushes from 2 different locations. So we do this a lot on alpha side, when we have alpha side, and we do the flank, and I'm sitting at inside altar waiting to push through red door. So what I'm waiting on is for us to come around on the flank. So that's Teddy. A lot of times he will come around on the flank, he will start firing, and as soon as he starts firing, I'm at a far enough position that I'm not appearing on the enemy radar, and then I'll fly through red door. And what happens is when you aim down sights, unless you have third eye perk, you're blind. Basically, you don't see anything on the radar. So they'll be shooting at 2 people on the flank, and then I come through right when I hear those shots being fired, or when Teddy calls it out, and then I start shooting people in the back, and they have absolutely no idea where I actually am because they're aimed down sights and they don't actually pay attention to the radar. So that's a great strategy for Cauldron, because you can come through these doorways, no one actually can see you because the lines of sights are broken. It's actually a great way to disguise your pushes and really get people off guard. So hopefully you guys start utilizing that strategy. It's really awesome to use, and it's fantastic when it works. It makes you feel like you are a master strategist. That's right. All right, so loadouts at a glance. We're going to talk about this very quickly. Going to burn through this. there's a couple different things you can kind of think about from this map. You can maximize 2 grenades when possible, so that's like Armamentarium, Nothing Manacles, Void Fang, Vestments, which is not really 2 nades, but you get them on respawn, or Gift of the Sun with Sunsinger. The idea behind this is that because there's so many doors and people corner camping those doors, you want to have nades as quickly, as much as possible and as soon as possible. So having discipline is really important, I feel like, on this map. So you can nade out corners, you can get people pushed off, especially if you have action bolts, you know, kind of get people running around and pushed off of specific locations. And Nothing Manacles is what I've been using a whole lot of. Been fantastic. When I had my Titan, I was using Armamentarium. Also fantastic with the lightning grenades. You also can use high rate of fire weapons that can hurt fast approaching shotgunners, which I talked about in my first video. I've been specifically relying on Last Word when I want to go try hard. Vex Mythoclast works fantastic for this. I also did a stint of Bad Juju, which was working very well also. Shotguns, look, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just about anything will work here. Snipers, I have 2 mentalities behind this. High rate of fire for quick snapshots and basically following up shots very easily, taking out folks from a distance, or combating those last worders out there. Something like a Prudence 2 or Praetus Revenge works fantastically. You can also have a low rate of fire for the quick reviver. So low rate of fire, high impact, something like an Ifrit Spear, Icebreaker, Black Hammer. Those really work well on this specific map. When you get someone down and then you get one of those quick reviving persons, you just line up that headshot, and as they're getting rezzed, drop them once again. So that's all I have for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. Subscribe for more tips and tactics here in the future. If you guys have any questions, as always, please let me know down in the comment section. And until the next time, folks, I will catch you all later. Stay frosty. If you like this video, you should probably click on the one down below. That'll take you to another video. You may like it. A little bit about me. I'm a former pro player. I play PC and console, mostly shooters. I also have a gaming podcast. I do tips and tactics, live gameplays. Check out my Twitch. Also, I work in the industry. Why are you not subscribed?